Hi, I'm Suzette Gilbert. I recently came across the Nomad brush, which is a brush stylus for your iDevice, your touchscreen, your iPod, your iPhone, or your iPad. And today I'm going to show you how to make a DIY stylus brush of your own for just a fraction of the cost. It's really simple to do, and it won't take more than probably 5 minutes of your time. So this is what you'll be making today for this project, and this is the brush stylus. What you'll need is some pencil extenders or lengtheners. This particular brand is by Alvin. They come 3 to a package for approximately $8. You can find it at your local art store. They're aluminum, so they're very lightweight. The only criticism I have of this particular brand is that it does have a wide barrel. So if you like to paint or draw with a smaller barrel, you'll want to use a different type of pencil extender or manufacturer that has maybe a smaller barrel. This is a pogo stylus, and sometimes these tips deteriorate, so you can recycle this for the brush stylus if you prefer. It's thinner and it's much easier to use, and again, lightweight. Or you can use a hollowed out paintbrush such as a children's plastic paintbrush. Anything like that will work. You will need a sharp pair of scissors. You'll need some masking tape. This is heat shrinking tubing that you can find at your local hardware store. You need approximately 12 inches. That will be more than sufficient to make 3 or 4 of these. And then you will need metallic filament embroidery floss. This you can find in the embroidery department at Michael's, Joann Fabrics, Hobby Lobby, any art and craft supply store. And again, it's DMC light effects. And different colors have better conductivity with the iDevice. These 3 I've narrowed down to have the best conductivity. And this number is E168. It's a titanium, a silver. This one is a copper. This is E301. And this is a pewter, and this is E317. I find that the red and green metallics don't work as well on the touch screens for conductivity. In the next step, you will be cutting 90 inches or 230 centimeters of your metallic embroidery floss. And these run about $2.50, and you can probably get about 3 styli out of one skein. So after you have cut your floss, you're going to just loop it back and forth until you use the entire strand. You don't have to be fancy, just kind of like a figure 8. And if you have to twist it in order for it to behave and loop, you may have to do that. So you're just going to go back and forth and loop this. So there you have it. So there is your little bundle. And then the next step is you're going to cut approximately 4 inches off another piece of embroidery floss. And you're going to tie this in a knot in the middle. So nothing fancy, just a regular knot. I like to tie things twice. Okay, and then you're just going to take your scissors and you want to trim off the ends. So this is how it will look. You're going to fold it in half so the knot is on the bottom, and then with a 2-inch piece of the heat shrinking electrical tubing, you're just going to thread it through until you see the knot come out the other side. Here it comes there. So this is how it will look. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a blow dryer and we're going to blow dry this until the tubing shrinks around this embroidery floss bundle. And on the high setting, it should take approximately 10 to 15 seconds. And I will come back right after this has shrunk. This is how it will look. The tubing really just hugs this little bundle of embroidery floss. But you're going to need to use some masking or electrical tape in order to make it wide enough to go into and to fit into the barrel of this pencil extender. So we're just going to start wrapping this, and you want to leave approximately about 1/8 of an inch of the tubing showing from the end. And then we will just wrap this. You don't have to be fancy. And like I said, electrical tubing or the masking tape will work just fine. That should be plenty. And then you're just going to fit this into the barrel of the pencil extender. Make sure it's loose all the way. And this will be a little snug fit. And you'll just have to determine how much tape that you need. You may not need quite as much as I used. And then once that is snug in the barrel, then you want to leave the tubing showing a little bit and then just tighten it. And now you come to the decision where you have to cut your embroidery floss for the tip of the brush, and you have to decide how you would like it to be. You can have it long. If you look at the Nomad brush, that's about 3/4 of an inch long, and that works really nice for some of the painting programs, the apps. As far as the iPhone is concerned, I like my tip to be a little shorter. So I'm just going to cut this straight across, and then after you can bevel the ends, and you can, really the sky's the limit on how you want your brush to look, and you can just trim that up. So this is what your stylus will look like. And of course, the tip will be the length that you decide you want it. And you can make several of these, have some long or short ones to use on your iPad, your iPod, or your iPhone. So this is ZenBrush on the iPhone, so let's try it out. I do want to remind you though, before you use your brush, this is a metallic embroidery floss, so you want to make sure you have a screen protector on your iDevice. So whether it's the matte or glossy, it doesn't matter, but I'm not sure if this would scratch over time, so I am issuing a disclaimer to please make sure you use a screen protector on your iDevice. So you can see how it's very intuitive, and you can just brush however you want. On the iPad, so that's ZenBrush on the iPhone. So on the iPad, this is Art Studio, and you can see how it's just very intuitive. And the reason why you're leaving a little bit of that tubing is to help protect your screen as well. You don't want to scratch it with the metal. So there you have it, a DIY stylus brush that you can make in probably about 5 minutes or less. I'm Suzette Gilbert. Thanks for watching.